Next question. A car can finish a journey in 20 hours at a speed of 132 kilometers per hour. In order to cover the same distance in 16.5 hours, same distance is nothing but distance is constant. The speed of car must be increased by how much? Now see here, it's a very easy question. Can I say that they have given time in terms of two parameters, that means initial time taken and the final time taken they have given. Initially a car can finish a certain journey in 20 hours. So that means the initial time is given as 20 hours and the final time is given as, because the speed is increased right now, because the speed of the car must be increased, it has covered the same distance in 16.5 hours itself. That means the initial time and the final time ratio is given as 20:16.5 multiplied by 2. It becomes 40:33, so that we will avoid decimals. So time ratio is given as 40:33. So speed ratio should be reverse of time ratio because the distance is constant. So speed ratio is 33:40. That means initially before increasing the speed of the car, it was traveling at a speed of 33 kilometers per hour according to the ratio. But according to the question, it says it was traveling not at 33 kilometers per hour but at 132 kilometers per hour. 33 into 4 is 132. What is the question? The speed of the car must be increased by how much? According to the ratio, initial speed was 33, final speed is 40. The speed of the car is increased by how much? 33 has become 40. That means it is increased by 7 kilometers per hour. According to ratio, it is 7 kilometers per hour. According to question, they are asking you how much. 7 also multiplied by the same multiplying factor 4. Answer for this question is option A. The speed of the car must be increased by 28 kilometers per hour in order for the car to reach the same distance in 16.5 hours itself rather than reaching at 20 hours. I hope the question is very clear with the solution. Next question. To cover a distance of 416 kilometers, again the distance is constant, distance is given as 416 kilometers. A train A, there is one train called as train A, it takes 2/3 hours more than train B. Now suppose for example, if I keep this as reference as a train B, for example, if I keep this as train B as the reference point, initially they are saying that train A is taking 2/3 hours more than train B. So it is more because it is more. I am putting a plus sign. So that means train A is taking 2/3 hours more than train B according to the first statement. But the question also says if the speed of A is doubled. Now I don't want the train A to take 2/3 hours more than train B. That is the reason speed of train A is doubled in the second case. And the moment the speed of train A is doubled, it takes 1/3 hours less than train B right now. That means second scenario says compared to train B, train A is taking how much less hours right now? It is just taking 1/3 hours lesser compared to train B. That is the reason, because it is less I am putting a negative sign, because it is more I am putting a positive sign for 2/3. Your question is, what is the speed of train A in kilometers per hour? Now once again it's a very easy question. Can I say that speed of train A, first of all, in the question it is very clearly given that first statement, it is given that, second statement it is given that if the speed of A is doubled, that means the initial speed of train A, if I consider it as 1 kilometer per hour, then final speed will be double of 1 kilometer per hour. That means it becomes 2 kilometers per hour. That means speed ratio of train A is nothing but 1:2 according to the ratio, and the distance is constant. So time taken by train A is nothing but it is the reverse of 1:2, which will become 2:1. That means initially it was taking 2 hours for the train A to reach the destination of 416 kilometers according to ratio, but because the speed is doubled right now, train A is taking only 1 hour to reach the destination of 416 kilometers according to the ratio. That means what is the gap according to the ratio? Initially it was taking 2 hours. Finally it is taking only 1 hour. That means train A, the gap is nothing but 1 hour. According to the ratio, the gap between initial time and the final time for train A is nothing but 1 hour. This is according to ratio. Exact statement find out according to the question. According to the question, train A was taking 2/3 hours more than train B initially. Now because the speed is increased or doubled, train A is taking 1/3 hours less than train B. That means the gap between these two timings, 2/3 minus of 1/3. 2/3 minus of 1/3. So minus of minus 1/3. It is not minus of 1/3. It is minus of minus 1/3. Right? So it becomes plus. So 2 plus 1 is nothing but 3. 2/3 plus 1/3 is nothing but 1. So basically the gap according to the question is how much? It is 4 hours. According to the ratio, the gap is 1 hour. According to the question, the gap is 4 hours. Multiply by 4. Right? Multiply by 4. That means 2 also multiply by 4. 2 into 4 is how much? It is 8 hours. What is the meaning of these 8 hours? As I have told you in multiple problems, first part of the ratio always represent the usual time taken or the initial time taken. So train A generally was taking 8 hours every day to reach the destination. But because the speed is increased today, it is just taking not 8 hours. It is just taking 4 hours to reach the destination. That is the meaning of it. I hope you are understanding. So, usual time taken by train A is nothing but 8 hours. And they are asking you to find the speed. We know that speed is equal to distance by time. Distance that train A need to cover is 416 kilometers. Time generally, usual time taken by train A, we got it as 8 hours. 416 divided by 8. Answer for this question is 52 kilometers per hour, which is nothing but option D. Very, very simple question. Speed ratio is 1:2 because the question says speed is doubled. Time ratio should be reversed 2:1 because the distance is constant. According to ratio, the gap between initial time or the usual time and the final time is 2 minus 1, which is 1 hour. But the question says, what is the gap? 2/3 minus of 1/3. The gap is nothing but 4 hours. Multiply that by 4. 2 also multiply by 4. 2 into 4 is 8 hours. Usual time taken by train A is 8 hours. And the distance that train A need to cover is 416 kilometers. Speed is nothing but distance by time. 416 by 8 is 52 kilometers per hour. Very, very simple and beautiful way of solving problems using the concept of ratios. I hope it is very, very clear for all the students listening to the class. Next question. See this question. Again a very, very easy question if you solve by the fractions to percentages conversions and also by using the ratios concept. Two persons A and B started their journey from points P and Q respectively towards each other at 8 a.m. That means both the people are starting at the same time. Now there are 2 points. First point is P. The second point is Q. It is said that 2 persons A and B started their journey. So A is starting his journey from P and he is going towards Q. B is starting his journey from Q and he is going towards P. Right? This is what they have given in the first question, first statement, and both of them are starting at exactly 8 o'clock in the morning. Right? 8 a.m. is what their starting time is. Now the question also says if A increases his speed by 12.5%, then he will be 10 minutes before. That means 12.5% is nothing but 1/8. Increase is nothing but more. That means can I say that speed of A speed of A, if I calculate the speed of A and calculate in terms of ratio, initial speed of A, I have already told you multiple times, denominator always will represent your initial value or the usual value. So initial speed is 8 kilometers per hour for speed for A, but today he is increasing by 1 kilometer per hour upon 8. From 8, there is an increase of 1. That means the speed of A will become 9 kilometers per hour. And we know that the A is traveling from P to Q, which is a constant distance. That means time taken by A. If speed of A ratio is 8:9, time taken by A ratio will be 9:8, which will be reverse because the distance between P and Q is constant. Now, can I say that usual time taken by A is 9 minutes, but today he took only 8 minutes to reach the destination. That means he reached the destination 1 minute earlier or 1 minute before. According to the ratio, A reached the destination 1 minute before, but according to the question, A reached the destination 10 minutes before. 1 minute before should become 10 minutes before. 1 should become 10. Multiplying factor is 10. 1 into 10 is only 10. 9 also multiply by 10. 9 into 10 is 90 minutes. That means we came to know that the usual time taken by A to reach from P to Q without increasing the speed, if he is traveling at his usual speed, it is 90 minutes or 1.5 hours. So that part is very clear for us. So generally we came to know right now that usual time taken by A is 90 minutes. Now the question also says, if B increases his speed by 25%, then at what time B completed his journey if the speed of B is 20% more than A. Now the question is also saying another parameter or another twist it is given here. Speed of B is 20% more than A. 20% is 1 by 5. More is nothing but increase. And I have already told you many times, whatever comes after than should always come in the denominator. After than A is coming. So speed of A is denominator value. So there are two people, A and B. According to the fraction, A speed is 5 kilometers per hour and B speed will be 1 more than 5. 1 more than 5 will be 6 kilometers per hour. These are nothing but the values of speed. But it is also given in the question that the speed of B is increased by 25%. That means let us write it once again here. A speed will be 5 kilometers per hour only according to ratio, but B speed will be increased by 25%. Earlier the speed of B was 6 kilometers per hour, increased by 25%. 25% is 1 by 4. What is 1 by 4 of 6? 1 by 4 of 6 is 3 by 2, which is 1.5. That means from 6 kilometers per hour, you should increase the speed by 1.5. So the final speed of B will become 7.5 kilometers per hour. The final speed of B will become 7.5 kilometers per hour. So can I say that the speed ratio of A and B is 2.5 into 2 is nothing but 5. 2.5 into 3 is nothing but 7.5. The speed ratio after the speed of B is increased by 25% is it is 2:3. So time ratio will be 3:2. What is the meaning of time ratio is 3:2? Generally usual time taken by A is 3 hours or 3 minutes, for example. Usual time taken by A is 3 minutes according to ratio, but we have found out that the usual time taken by A is not 3 minutes, it is 90 minutes. So 3 should become 90, multiply by 30. So multiply by 30. 2 also multiply by 30. 2 into 30 is how much? It is 60. That means usual time taken by B is how much? 60 minutes. That means they are starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. Both A and B are starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, and from 8 o'clock B is taking 60 minutes to reach the destination. That means 60 minutes is nothing but 1 hour, which we already know. From 8 o'clock B has traveled for 60 minutes. and then he will reach the destination. So B will reach the destination at what time is the question? B will reach the destination at 9 a.m. Answer for this question is option A, which is 9 a.m. I hope the question is very, very clear for all the students listening to the class. Very, very easy question. Once again, the question looks difficult because you have 3 to 4 lines, but it's a very simple question. See here. A car driver leaves Bangalore at 8:30 a.m. and expected to reach a place 300 kilometers from Bangalore at 12:30 p.m. Now, it is very, very clearly given in the question that there is a person who is traveling from Bangalore, right? There is a person who is traveling from Bangalore and he is starting exactly at 8:30 a.m. right? 8:30 a.m. This is where the starting point where he is starting his journey from Bangalore. He is actually starting at 8:30 a.m. and he is actually expected to reach a place. There is some other place, there is no which place it is, nothing is given information is given about it, but it is given that from Bangalore it is somewhere around 300 kilometers. So a car driver has to travel from Bangalore and he needs to travel for 300 kilometers and he will start his journey at 8:30 a.m. and it is given that he is expected to reach the destination which is 300 kilometers from Bangalore at 12:30 p.m. right? At 12:30 p.m. That means we came to know that the driver has to travel a total time of how much? 4 hours. Time for which the driver has to travel is from 8:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. He needs to travel for 4 hours and he needs to cover a distance of 300 kilometers. That means generally if he is not at all taking break or if he is generally going at his usual speed, then to cover 300 kilometers he will take 4 hours. So his usual speed will be 300 divided by 4, which is 75 kilometers per hour. That is his usual speed. Actual speed is 75 kilometers per hour. But the question gives a little bit of twist, which is not difficult in fact. See here. At 10:30 a.m. he will see the watch, right? At 10:30 a.m. he will see his watch. The clock is the watch is showing at 10:30 a.m. He finds that he has covered only 40% of the distance. That means out of total 300 kilometers, what is 40% of 300 kilometers? 10% of 300 is 30. 40% is 30 into 4. He has just covered 120 kilometers in this 2 hours of journey, right? He has just covered 120 kilometers in this 2 hours. 8:30 to 10:30, how much time it is? It is 2 hours duration. That means, can I say that in that 2 hours duration, he has only covered 120 kilometers distance, right? He has only covered 120 kilometer distance. So what is the general speed that at which he is traveling right now? 120 kilometers divided by 2 hours. He is traveling at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour for the first 40% of his journey. I hope you are clear. Actually, he wanted to travel at 75 kilometers. Actually, he was supposed to travel at 75, but he has traveled at 60 only for the first few hours. That means for the first 2 hours, in fact, out of 120, out of 300, 120 is covered. Remaining 180 kilometers has to be covered by that car driver. Question is, by how much he has to increase the speed of the car in order to keep up his schedule. That means he should not be late to reach the destination. He should exactly reach at 12:30 p.m. itself. There is no compromise on it. He should reach at 12:30 p.m. itself, but he should increase the speed right now. Another 180 hours is pending, and another 180 hours is pending, and another 2 hours is pending right now for his journey to get completed, because he cannot compromise on time. 180 divided by 2 is 90 kilometers per hour. That means 60 kilometers per hour is the speed at which he was traveling the first 40% of distance. Now the remaining 60% of distance, he should travel at a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. That means he should increase the speed by how much? another 30 kilometers per hour for the last 60% of the distance. Answer for this question is option D, which is 30 kilometers per hour. But you can also think in a little different way. We know that initially, if he is starting at 8:30 and if he is reaching at 12:30, if he is traveling at his usual speed, 300 divided by 4, usual speed is 75 kilometers per hour. This is his usual speed. But first 40% of the distance, that means first 120 kilometers, he just traveled at 60 kilometers. That means he has decreased his speed by 15 kilometers. I hope you are understanding. He has decreased his speed by 15 kilometers, but he wants to cover the distance at 12:30 only. He wants to reach the destination. How much he should increase the speed? That means he should increase from 15. He should increase by another. From 75 he should increase by another 15. That means from 60 he should increase by 15 plus 15. Totally he should increase by 30 kilometers. Any way you want to do it, you will still end up with the same answer. Answer for this question, once again, if you apply method 2 also, it will be 30 kilometers per hour speed only he should increase with. I hope the solution is very, very clear for all the students listening to the class. Next question. It is your original examination question. The source is also given here very clearly on the screen. Now see here. The question says, if I travel by bus, I reach my office 15 minutes late. And if I travel by car, I reach 10 minutes early. First, let us understand. Now, at this point you are present right now. This is nothing but you, right? You are the person who is standing exactly at the middle right now. Now, can I say that if I travel by bus, so if I travel by bus, I need to consider the speed of the bus. So I will reach my destination 15 minutes late. That means I will take 15 minutes extra to reach the destination. But if I travel by car, the same person you, if I travel by car, I will be reaching the destination just 10 minutes earlier itself. Early means I am just saving 10 minutes, so I am putting minus 10. So can I say that whatever is the diagram, I hope it is the first statement according to the question. Now the question also says, if the distance between my home and the office is 25 kilometers, then find the difference of the reciprocals of the average speed of the bus and the car in seconds per meter. It is not asked in meters per second. It is asked in seconds per meter. Please understand the unit also. Now see here. We know that time is equal to distance by speed. So can I say that distance that it needs to travel by car or by bus, it is 25. Speed of bus is SB, and distance that it needs to travel by car, it is also 25. Speed of car is SC. And the difference in the time taken by traveling from bus and car, the difference in the time taken by traveling from bus and car is, it is 15 minutes late and 10 minutes early. 15 minutes late and 10 minutes early. 15 minus of minus 10. 15 minus of minus 10 is, it is 25 minutes. 25 minutes is 25 divided by 60 hours. I hope you are very clear. 25 cancels out. You will be left with 1 divided by SB minus 1 divided by SC is equal to 1 divided by 60. And I can say that 1 divided by 60 is hour divided by kilometer unit. Why? Because the denominator is speed. Speed is, so you can say that this is 1 by SC. 1 by SC is nothing but the reciprocal of speed. And the reciprocal of speed is nothing but hour by kilometer. Speed, what is the general unit of speed? It is kilometer per hour. But the reciprocal is hour by kilometer. That's what I have written here also. But the question, what is the question? The difference of reciprocal of the speed of bus and car. Difference is subtraction. Reciprocal is nothing but 1 by SC, 1 by SB. And speed, 1 by SB, 1 by SC are nothing but speeds only. This is exactly what they are asking you in the question. We already got the answer. Answer for this question is 1 by 60. But when you see the answer options, You will not find 1 by 60 in the answer options because 1 by 60 is hour by kilometer. You should convert that hour by kilometers into seconds per meter. Kilometer per hour you should convert to meters per second, or it is ulta. Hour by kilometer you should convert to seconds per meter. Both are same, sir. Right? Both are same. That means multiplying factor is 18 divided by 5. So 6 into 3 is 18. 6 into 10 is nothing but 60. 3 divided by 5 into 10. So 3 divided by 50 should be the final answer, and that will be in terms of seconds per meter. Answer for this question is 3 by 50, which is option B. I hope you are very clear with the logic. The difference in time is nothing but, this is nothing but difference in time left hand side. Difference in time according to the question is 15 minus of minus 10. Now see here, it's very simple, sir. Every day you need to reach the office, suppose for example exactly at 9 o'clock. This kind of questions also we have taken in time, speed and distance already. You can see the old videos, you will get the idea behind that. Every day you want to reach the office. Your usual time of reaching the office is 9 o'clock. Today you are late by 15 minutes. That means you reached at 9:15 a.m. and tomorrow you are early by 10 minutes. That means you reached at 8:50 a.m. itself. From 9 o'clock early by 10 minutes is 8:50 a.m. What is the gap between 9:15 and 8:50? 8:50 to 9 o'clock it is 10 minutes. 9 o'clock to 9:15 it is 15 minutes. Total gap between 8:50 to 9:15 is it is 25 minutes. That is exactly what I told as 15 minus of minus 10. Both are same. If you cannot understand like this diagrammatically, you take some dummy values as 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, whichever the time you want. You can take any time. 9 o'clock 15 minutes late is 9:15. 9 o'clock 10 minutes early is 8:50. 8:50 and 9:15. The gap is 25 minutes, and that 25 minutes only I wrote it at 25 divided by 60 hours. I hope it is super clear for all the students listening to the class.